Hey everybody, this is Rebels of Cloud9, and I am bringing you guys today a video response, or kind of review, final evaluation, what have you, of my Revell Monogram B-17F 1/48 scale Memphis Belle. I'm so happy to finally have this kit done. It has been bugging me for ages and it is done. I haven't had it, I've been probably working on it on and off for about 2 months. Something would go wrong and I'd get frustrated and shove it back in the box, and I've bought a new kit that I'm working on now, and I started it and I just got this impression, no, you gotta finish this model. So here it is. I'm doing this for 2 reasons of putting it into a video instead of a regular slideshow. The first reason is this is probably the only way I can think of, because I really would like to show this off. This is probably the only good way I can think of to show you guys my kit and my finished product, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And the other reason why I'm doing this is I believe it was Primitive Modeling. He said in one of his videos he wishes that more people would do videos like this, and so I thought I would take him up on that challenge. If I have the wrong person, I'm sorry. And I just thought, why not? It's not really my forte. I usually just end up rambling for a very long time about what I've been working on. And I end up boring myself, to be honest. This is take 2. Kind of foolishly grabbed a my regular camera instead of gotten my sister's wonderful camera, and I can show you all these details and things on her now that I wasn't able to before. That might have been a good thing. You can't see all my flaws with my other camera. Not much to nitpick at, I guess. Anyways, this is a very, very special kit for me. This is one of a kind for me, because this is my, well, I guess 2 reasons. Number 1 is this is tied for my favorite airplane of all time with the Spitfire. If you ask me to pick between my favorite aircraft, it's a Spitfire and a B-17 at number 1. I can't pick a number 2. I can't put one of them in a second position. They're both such beautiful, elegant aircraft. You know, one's this little graceful thing, and the other one's this B-17's just this mammoth that it just commands respect, and you just get all awe-inspired whenever you see it. And you know, the other thing for it is, for me, is this is the first kit that my dad and I sat down and built together. It was quite a long time ago. It was the first kit I ever built. I was very much excited about historical fictional movies, and even historical movies at the time. I was very much into Robin Hood with Errol Flynn, Knights of the Round Table, if anyone remembers that one, 3 Musketeers of Gene Kelly, I think it was, Battle of Britain, High Road to China. You know, Memphis Belle was definitely one of the biggest ones on the list that I really wanted to be 17. He brought one home, and this is according to my mother. I kind of snuck out into his studio that he had and found the box and proceeded to break the plastic off, and I used Scotch tape to tape the halves together and the wings and all these bits. And he didn't quite care to start building it, because we were kind of in the process of moving. And when we finally did get to our new place, this was about a year later, I was about 5, he took it out, and the Scotch tape had melted into the plastic. So you look at the original one we have, like here, and you know, on the tail, the tape is still there. It's really funny. And I'm just going to show you that one really quickly, if I may. And there she is. That is the original Memphis Belle that my dad and I built. The girls on the side are incorrect, and that was at my request. The Memphis Belle has on her nose One side is red, the other side is blue. I wanted the blue on the captain side so it would look like the box art, and that's what we went with. He just kind of gave in to my request. It does not have any, I don't think it has much of this green flecks on there. This kit was a labor of love when I got it. I wanted to have the engines motorized. Didn't work out as I had wanted it. And one day we came home and it was we still have it. We have a dog who became very traumatized whenever we left home. And what she did is she managed to eat up my bomber right here. I had to replace this section here. Surprisingly, you can't see where I replaced it. I'm really impressed. This was all chewed out like this. I just cut a section out and replaced it with styrene. The engine cowls she chewed up as well. These bits here, you can kind of see a bit of the line where they used to be. That was a problem in my own. When I was puttying it, I would press on the wings when I was sanding, and I would slowly start pulling them apart. So I just filled them in as best I could and let it go. I took bits from the B-17G. For those of you who don't know, the B-17G from Revell has all the interior. The F does not have any. So I can't show it because it's too dark, but you can see a bit of the radio operator in there. She's fully crewed. Not crude. Crewed as in air crew. See if I can do this here. Nah, you won't be able to see them. There are left and right waist gunners. There is the tail gunner sitting in there. I think you can see the pilots. If I spin that around. Yeah, you can see the pilot. There's a pilot, there's a co-pilot, there's the engineer top turret. He's sitting in between them. There is the navigator. He's sitting at his chair, and the bombardier. He's climbing around. Anyways, this was a lot of fun because I got to play with a new airbrush on it. That was really cool, and mixing up the colors. My dad helped me out a lot with this because I think he was very much. It was kind of funny. I think he was really keen on me having a good model too, and he wants to keep it here in his studio. So I'm like, sure. I've got barely any room for it on my own, and he's more than happy with it. I added a little bit of weathering to it. You can see it on the engines here. She really wasn't that dirty. I went on a lot of photographs and things like that to get it as accurate as I could on her 25th mission. And on the bottoms of the wings, they're the only parts that are dirty, really. I didn't add silver onto the bottom because you don't see the silver. It really blends in. So I just made it dirty to compensate for that. There we go. And yeah, like I said, this was a lot of fun. I'm very, very thrilled to finally have her finished. And it's just been a labor of love for me. I finally can say I've built it. I don't need to build another F model. The G model I will probably build again. This is one that my dad is working on. I used parts from this one, like the interior parts for this one. And he's working on this one. It's been hit by a trail of cannon shells. Somehow managed to get home still. He's having a lot of fun with that. And just like to say thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions about it, please feel free to leave me a line or two. Even if you dislike it. Doesn't matter to me. This is not a very good kit to have around anymore. It's very, very outdated. I ran into quite a few problems with it. I'm just going to say this: if you're planning on buying this kit, one of the things you want to do, and I really can't stress this enough, is you want to have a lot of glue in here, because this is where all the weight is from these wings. These wings are incredibly heavy. Another thing I want to point out that I did is, hope I can focus on it, is the tail wheel is a terrible piece of crap compared to the G. We have 2 Fs in our collection of 48 scale B-17s, and both of them are gone. So what I did is I put, you can barely see it, this is stiff wire. I drilled it through this bar. It's just a bar across of plastic. I drilled it from here and here and bent it so that it would fit. Then the worst thing happened when I was decaling it. The tail wheel just sheared right off. I was so mad. Because it wasn't supposed to happen. It just did. It just busted. It's green plastic. I mean, come on, Revell. Why green plastic? Why can't it be gray? Oh, I don't get these guys. Anyway, so what I did is I drilled a rod here. I need something pointy for this part. I drilled a hole here into the peg and into the wheel, and there's a rod. You can barely see it right in there. And then I drilled another one going this way, and it works. So watch out for that. It's very, very fussy, and it's very, very frustrating when it breaks. Other than that, it's a very good kit, especially with what I said about the wings. It's a very good kit, except that part needs to be reinforced. That's all I can really say of cons about the kit. And the lack of any interior detail is quite astonishing compared to the G model that they built, the one that I just showed you over there. But still, it's a lot of fun. It's a very, very big kit. So if you've got the room for it, yeah, then get it. If you don't even look at it. Don't even touch the box. It's a mammoth of a kit. But it was a lot of fun. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again.